children who were supposed to be forgotten are, through carefully preserved fragments in these folios, remembered here. Tens of thousands of pages retell a story of poverty, hardship and difficult decisions.
Le bambine poi in particolare erano sottoalimentate perché l'abitudine delle famiglie dell'epoca era di nutrire di più e meglio i bambini, di tralasciare un po' di più, ecco, l'alimentazione delle bambine.
The first child abandoned to the institute and the first name in the register is of a little girl. She is Agatha Smeralda, named after the precious stones of agate and emerald.
Jesus, 1444.
On this page, the story of Agatha's life. She is accepted on the 5th of February, the day of St. Agatha. She is abandoned, wrapped in 3 pieces of red wool cloth. Red wool is said to bring good luck. Then her struggle to survive begins. She is passed to the first of 3 wet nurses who are paid a monthly sum to breastfeed her. By the 22nd of October, at just 8 months old, her second wet nurse returned her, quote, half dead,
come morta,
dishevelled, with bruises on her body. A third wet nurse tries to feed and care for her, but she is again returned to the Innocenti. Now one could, quote, see the bones of her back. Just 3 days before seeing her first Christmas, and just 10 months old, Agatha died. Agatha Smeralda, first child of the Institute, would never experience Christmas or a birthday.
Nel caso di Agatha Smeralda, è una bambina che viene probabilmente abbandonata già in condizioni precarie di salute, però quello che veramente la porta a morte è il cambiamento continuo delle sue balie. Raramente, infatti, una balia riusciva a tenere un bambino dai primi giorni fino all'età dello svezzamento. Era un caso molto raro.
Over the years, the Institute expands and new sections are built. There is a consecrated church on the property and internal courtyards framed around buildings that house the women, children, wet nurses and administration. Inside, this is known as the women's courtyard. It is the section where female orphans lived and a part of the grounds distant from the front doors. In its time, workers or visitors to the Institute are off limits to this area, shielding the women from the dangers of outsiders who may want to harm them or their honour. The Innocenti, formed as a secular institution, is run by the women within its walls. A common misbelief is that they were Catholic sisters, but that was the case for a mere 20 years in the 1900s. The famous Sisters of St. Vincent de Paul, called in Italian the Cappellone for their large habits. Nearly 60% of abandoned children are female. Baby girls are more likely abandoned because girls carry the responsibility of a dowry. Through its history, the Innocenti is mostly inhabited and run by young women, most of them survivors, themselves formerly abandoned babies.
Nell'ospedale i bambini tutto sommato restavano però poco, venivano subito dati a Balia, in campagna, e ritornavano però, almeno nel 400, verso i 5-6 anni di età. Potevano tornare qui nell'istituto, dove naturalmente il mondo delle bambine era separato da quello già dei maschi. E addirittura nel corso del Cinquecento verrà creato all'interno dell'ospedale un convento proprio per le bambine e per le donne adulte che già erano cresciute qui all'interno.